a little technical. Welcome back to the showroom. We are back in the sales floor. Past couple of weeks, we're traveling around the country to attend different shows, different RV shows, auto shows, to exhibit our vehicles. We just came back from Beijing, the capital of China, to host many different shows. So the last one was the All-in Caravan show by Dusseldorf. And we are receiving plenty of offers for future collaborations, for different plans to bring our vehicles into overseas markets. Currently, we are exporting to two markets, the Middle East and the South American markets. And we have plans to bring our campers, bring our trucks to the African market, to the Australian market, South Android market, and yeah. So currently we are only exporting this model. So this is our best-selling model, obviously. It's the 3.5 ton pickup truck chassis built on the Great Wall Power platform. So the Power is a very mature, very well developed plan. It has been around. I mean, the GW trucks have been around for 30 something years. They have been slowly evolving to fit the need of modern grocery hauler, modern work. So these are kind of the for F-150s for the Chinese market. But size-wise, it's a bit smaller than the F-150. These are closer to the range of Rangers and Hiluxes. And so for an RV, for a motorhome that can be both a truck, can be both good at off-roading and to provide the ample amount of interior room, and this is going to be your best option. So in LiveZone RV, we are always focusing on four-wheel drive off-road trucks because with four-wheel drive, with high ground clearance by these trucks, you can go to rough terrains, you can go over rough terrains, you can travel to destination that is hard to reach by other means of transport. And you can stay there, have to worry about where to go after the dark. It just opens up lots of possibilities, different ways of camping, different ways of experiencing that. So most of our trucks are built on the Great Wall GWM platform. So most of them are Power pickup trucks. All of them are four-wheel drive, are using slightly different systems, four-wheel drive systems. And we have many different models built on this single truck platform. As you can see, we have about 4 different kinds of camper trucks just built on one chassis. There are different interior layouts. I was around 6 to 8 different kind of interiors, depending on how you count them, how you lay the interior. I will show them in a little bit. So you have your rear hard shell rigid body. These are taller. They have more interior space. They have more storage. These are good for just general use, whether it's for the whole family on the weekend, or if you're just planning a couple for long-term, for long-distance traveling. We also have these roof lifting models. If you live in cities, if you want to park your car in parkades, for example, if you have a limit on height in your garage, So these, when the roof are dropped, they will be roughly 2.2 meters tall. So that will tackle your city situation, city commute. Same thing goes with that. That's a dual cab ute, as you call them in Aussies. And we also have very affordable, very entry level trucks. This is a lower lifted truck. It's up to a commercial chassis. So it's gonna be rougher around the edges, but it still offer everything that's all the basics. You will have the same engine. You have same full drive system, but the interior will be a little less plush, shall we say. Turn on the lighting for you. Okay. So this is only one of our model over here. As you can see in this model, the rear bunk bed, which this table, by the way, if you remove the pad, this pad, you can raise the table up. But if you want to sleep longitudinally, which is wider, be more comfortable for you. And if you don't want to sleep that way, you can, there are young children. You're planning to carry 2 young children, you can stack them up like so on the bunk bed. And of course, you have your overcap bed. This is pretty sizable. This is around 2 meters by 1.7 meters, so it's quite a large for an RV. And the height is also very high. It is about 90 centimeters. So that gives you plenty of room to sit up here and just chill here if you're not planning to get off the bed for a lazy day, for example, maybe. A tiny little shower and cassette toilet. This is the fixed toilet, by the way. They're those removable porta potties. Sink, shower, window, fans, everything is needed here. It's small, but it's functional. Standard, separated freezer and refrigerator. DC air conditioning. You have a choice of 12 volts and 48 volts. 48 volt system. This can't prevent. Which is why we can the 12 volt system to a lower price. It's only about 300,000 Chinese yuan. Sticker price. That is sticker. So I think it's roughly around 4,000 US. Right. So it's a very affordable entry point to the RV life. So to caravanning, if you're trying to, dip your toe into the water, this lifestyle works for you. This is a very good. You have all the capabilities. Well, most of the abilities. It's lacking some of the smart assistance features, but it gets all the basics correct. Most of the operations are manual, as you would expect in an entry-level car, manual jacks, but there are less things to go wrong. So that is by the way, this is rated for 6 passengers, including the driver. So that means you have 2 can sit in the front. You have 4 can sit in the back. But in terms of actual sleeping, that'd be closer around the 4 people mark. So a very entry-level model, and for the mainstream one. By the way, these are just some of our vehicles that we have here to show. I can say this is a very popular model. This is the power pickup trucks. I will show the interior of that in a little bit. So this is more around the more about the long terming and the long distance travel and full time RVing crowd. If you still want a small maneuverable car in the city, this is a very good option. And like I said, this is one step or maybe half a step above. It is still on the Great Wall GWM Power pickup chassis. But this is a passenger version of the car. So you get more intelligent features like lane departure warning, lane keeping assist. You have 360-degree cameras and so on and so forth. The interior, the most important upgrade is the battery. The size of the lithium battery has been increased. For on this lower end part, that's gonna be a 7 kilowatt hour battery. That is 48 volt DC, 12 volt, 48 volts. You can choose your options, but for the rest of the lineup, they are all 48 volts. That is because we believe the 48 volt system charges faster and they need less conversion when you are cooling the vehicle in terms of air conditioning. Air conditioning is pretty important for us here in China because the country is quite hot in summer. They are, apart from that one, the rest of them are all volt system now. They charges roughly 50% faster than your 12 volt systems, and they have the capabilities to fast charge. It's not on the other side. To fast charge, have your standard DC charging door. So this is going to be your DC charging door that can take 380 volts, and that will charge us at around 3 to 4 kilowatts. And this is your standard AC power charging door that takes your regular household style power outlet. So a lithium battery of 11.4 kilowatt, which is on the higher trend, that's gonna give you roughly 3 to 4 hours. You can charge from 0 to 100. So that is the benefit of a 48 volt system. And with a very moderate, very efficient air conditioning system. This air conditioning system is, like I said, DC 48 volts. And they are very frugal, are extremely frugal, I would say. These are built in-house. They have been made to order specifically to us. You can see our logo on the side. These are DC air conditioning system. They do not need inverters. They do not need transformers. It just takes straight 48 volts from the battery. And that, along with the battery, can offer a power rating. You consume only 500 watts per hour in moderate summers like we have here. It goes around, it's about 38 Celsius in the summer, I would say. So it takes around 500 watts to cool a 38 degree summer in here for a camper van like this. So that is pretty frugal. And with your solar on the top, of course there are solar on the top. With the solar, with the large battery, the air conditioner go around for 20 to 24 hours with that. So that's very good figure, if I say myself. And of course, if you're moving, you can still charge the battery with your engine, and that's good. That's also pretty as well. That's a standard alternator in the engine bay. We are using a 180 amp charger, an alternator, which can charge the lithium battery in the back at the speed around 1.6 kilowatts with that. So if you're moving, if you're traveling, that will also replenish your battery. Let's talk a bit more about the interior. So you can find a remote for the air conditioner. Okay, it's not then. All right, let's talk a bit more about the layout of the cabin. So, see, this is a mid-engine layout. There is a standard door, a more of a European style door. It's narrow and tall. They are touchscreens built in. They are side, and they are blinds. All of our door windows have screen and blind, so I'm not going to repeat that. A little tracking at the bottom, and move to the right hand side or the front of the tower, and you can see a overcap the size of around 2 meters by 1.7 meters. So this is going to be plenty comfy for a couple, or if there's a young child, you can squeeze in the middle, basically. So have windows on outside, skylight. Skylight is an optional package, but it is here present, of course. The bug screen and privacy blinds are all built in all of the windows across the range, so that is something you gotta keep in mind. The bed are using elastic bed frame. They provide extra cushioning for the mattress. These are foam mattress, but they are kind of a tricky foam mattress. The bottom layer is a regular foam, as you would expect. The top layer is actually a specialized material to mimic latex. So it might seem just like any regular pad, but it is not. There are extra tricks going on here. As you can see, they are bed frames underneath this bed as well. So it is a pretty comfortable bed. We would always recommend our customers to you don't need extra layers of mattress, special coats or liners. One layer is definitely going to be enough for a comfortable night's sleep. And because we know that this section is usually the less insulated area, just because of its shape, we are installing a bed section. It's going to be plenty important in the winter times. And that heating vent is scattered all around the cabin, so it's not only going to be one part of the vehicle is very cold and the other is very hot. Heating, I've talked about cooling. Heating is done by your gas or diesel furnace. We are using Webasto furnace, so they are plenty good and very frugal as well. I'm opening one of the window here because it is quite hot. As you can see, these windows open pretty wide. They're not all open. This is just what I can reach with one hand. It's good to have multiple windows in your cabin, of course. We have a door here. We have windows in the back in the kitchen area to provide ample amount of cooling, ventilation, cross ventilation, and also it is good to let natural sunlight in. We have one overcap skylight. We have a skylight in middle section. That will give you plenty of open spaces, plenty of openness in the vehicle. And of course, to provide more space to move around, you can retract the bed, so that gives you sitting space for this cushion, so you can have a comfortable meal with your friends. This table also drops down, so you can turn this section into a bed. At its longest point, it measures about 1.75 meters. So if you're not tall, you can sleep here pretty comfortably. And there is a pass-through, of course. There's not a wall here stopping you from sticking your toes out. So most people would be just fine sleeping here as well. For this vehicle, you can pretty comfortably sleep. Sorry about that. My network. One of the star feature of this car is that we have kitchen in the back. Because as you can, this side counter, by the way, actually the vehicle is only about 6 meters. So to fit a kitchen of this size is pretty impressive. If you love cooking, if you love long-term RVing, this is going to be a very helpful feature. Very, very important feature as well. We have very large fridge that has separated freezer and fridge. This is around 180 liters. So yeah, separated freezer and fridge. Sorry about that, guys. If you so choose, this can go to the freezing point. So you plenty of food, plenty of meat that you want to froze, plenty of ice cream in the summer. So that's gonna be a very helpful feature as well. In the back, you have plenty of storage, large drawers underneath, another one down there. And this is going to be your rear storage hatch that's connected to the exterior hatch. I will tell you about it in a little bit on the outside. You have standard overcap storage, overhead counter. And these are induction stoves. This is just a standard RV sink that's foldable and with a glass top. This is a glass top. But if you don't like this configuration, we can mount any kind of sink and range setup. In the past, we have also mounted a gas range in the back here as well, a 3-burner gas range. That all depends on your order quantity. If there's a high amount of order, let's say if it's 5 or 10 units, we can consider more customization options. In the bathroom here, this is a pretty good sized bathroom, but judging by the floor area, you might see this is pretty small. But actually, underneath this large sink is for trunk, basically, if you want to say so. So the actual shoulder space is quite wide. This is over 1 meter wide. So showering and toilet, using the toilet, brushing your teeth, getting your daily routine done is pretty comfortable. You have a mirror, you have storage on either side. Hello, guys. And a very large waterproof storage section for the dry stuff. So on the outside, one of the other differences that this vehicle compared to the entry-level model have a built-in external kitchen. So this kitchen contains a. I'm not going to put it out. It requires two hands. This you can use this as a table. As you can see, there's a leg in there. You can attach that, and this will turn into an outdoor table. If you're done cooking, you can just dine here without needing to set up any makeshift tables. You also have another surface, a counter surface, if you might. This also drops down. That turns into a counter. Let me show you that. Let me demonstrate. So yeah, it's very simple. Just drop it down, and this is also another working surface. There's another leg you can attach it to, and that completes your outdoor kitchen setup. And we have a water tap here. This is a water inlet slash outlet because there's a pump inside, and you can reverse that. It can be used as a water outlet as well. So awning, standard, that's manual. There are built-in LEDs. It opens about extend about 3 meters. So that will give you plenty of shade. You can set up your outdoor area to chill. In the back, full-size spare, and underneath that we have manual jacks as standard. You can obviously option for motorized jacks as well. There are motorized jacks to option. There are motorized awnings to option. There are also motorized gray tank drains to option. Like we can see here on this card. This is the manual drain for the gray tank, and there's another electric drain for the gray tank. And that is because, well, this is the larger vehicle. This is about 550,000 Chinese RMB. Because it is built on a completely different chassis. It might look similar on the front. They are still from the Power lineup, but this is the Sahar Power, or what they call it in Australia, the Canon Alpha. This is a larger vehicle. This is a 4.5 ton gross weight vehicle, whereas the other one, these are the smaller 3.5 ton gross weight vehicle. Because of that, we can extend the rear camper to about 2.4 meters wide. That is equivalent to the full-size Class C RVs in a pickup truck. As you can imagine, that's, even though it's only about 25 centimeters wide, but that in caravan world, in RV world, that's plenty of space. So I'll show you in a little bit. The interior is very large, and because of the 4.5 ton gross weight, we can install a slide out on this model. This vehicle has a slide out option, a slide out floor plan, maybe I should say. The entire left side of the camper will be a slide out, and it can extend for about 50 centimeters, and that will give you even more space. When it's extended, it measures about 3 meter wide. That's something that's not usually seen in the truck camper world, that combines excellent space and very excellent off-road abilities. So these are also all-wheel drive, of course, four-wheel drive, shall I say, by the way. These are using a slightly different system. They are using BorgWarner's 4A plus M lock system. So that means this also have a single rear diff lock and the center locking transfer case like the other. But this is using a 2.4 liter turbo diesel engine, whereas these you still have a gasoline engine option available. This is diesel only. So that's something you have to keep in mind. And these are on the China 6 emission standard, so you will be using AdBlue. They are required. You cannot skip that. Um, so, like I said, this vehicle goes for around 80,000 US dollars converted. So that's the Chinese sticker price converted to US roughly. This is basically the most premium model we have on the Great Wall chassis. So everything is option to the max. We have motorized awning, we have motorized jacks, we have washing machine as standard on the inside. They are fast charging doors. They are diesel stove on the in the external kitchen. Like I said, this is a diesel stove, so they just use diesel from the tank to cook your food. So you don't have to worry about getting propane canisters anymore. If you have fuel, you can cook. So that's one less thing to worry about. In the back, you have spare tire storage and luggage storage. We have towing hook. The trailer hitch is rated for 2.4 tons. I'm sorry, 2.5 tons. Okay, on the other side, this is another outdoor storage section. This is underneath your rear bed, and this is the AC port, the fuel door, and this is a your electrical panel. As you can see, the overcap bed is a very rectangular shape. It's in a very rectangular shape. That gives you a rectangular interior bed as well. Motorized step. Did I show that on camera? Did I cut out the camera? Yeah. Motorized step is standard. And that is also connected to the engine. You should have your engine on, your ignition on. This will retract to prevent damage. And same goes as this door. This is also an interlock door. So which means, unlike some of the American RVs, this is also connected to your car. So if you tap lock on your key fob, this door will lock too. So that's one less thing to worry about. The key for the door and all the hatches on the outside are the same key. 1 second, let me turn on the lights. Here we go. Yeah, I have to turn that on because it's so hot here. So this is the interior of the Shanghai Power or the Sahara Power, the larger Great Wall truck camper. As you can see, you have definitely plenty of room on the inside. You have 2x2 seats on the other side. As you can see, they are not even at the center line of the vehicle. So this is a great vehicle if you are claustrophobic, if you want the long-term capability of RVing. This is legally allowed to carry 4. You have 2 in the back and 2 in the front. These are pretty standard car seats, so they're not benches. They're plenty comfortable to sit in. They can adjust rake and recline. And of course, you can also adjust the headrest. The table drops down, but this is not how you make the bed. by the way. You can drop the backrest, and I won't turn into the bed fully, but you get the idea because I'm on one hand. You can drop the backrest, and you can drop the table or remove the headrest. That depends on you, and that will turn the rear section into a single bed that measures about 1 meter wide at its most narrow point, which is here, this section, and 1.2 meters on its far end. So it's gonna be plenty comfortable, plenty spacious for a single adult. Give me a second. And if we remove the mattress, underneath here we have more storage. Like I can show you on the other side, on the outside. You can access part of the space underneath the bed from the outside, and you have another section which you can access from the inside as well. All right, let me pull this back. Of course, all the basic amenities are expected: lights, reading lights, power plugs, useful little storage pockets. Speakers is mounted here as well, and they are standard projector setup in here. So we don't mount TVs anymore. We found them small, and they are plenty. They use plenty of space. So we use projector systems with a projector mounted in the roof. And for storage, we have, by the way, we have 3 different layouts for this vehicle. This is only one of them. We have 2 noun slide out floor plan. This is one of them, and we have a floor plan with slide out as well. Storage, apart from the storage underneath the bed, we have overcab storage as well. As you can see, we have 5 large drawers, overcab cabinets, and we have small storage section here and there, scattered all around. For example, in this bed area, overcab bed area, this is a storage compartment, and there are storage compartments, storage pockets mounted on the wall. These are also all storage, and you have more storage on the other side for your phones, for your candles. Oh, maybe you should not allow candles in here, because we have carbon monoxide detectors, we have smoke alarms. Those are all equipped. The bed is a very rectangular bed. As you can see, interior height is 90 centimeters. So everyone here can have a comfortable night's sleep. Even the person sleeping on the inside of the car can enjoy a pretty spacious bed experience. We always think the bed is the most important part of the camping car, because you spend almost a third of the time in the RV. Don't mind my colleagues busy working on the cars, because we are expecting hails, so we have to do some protection. Okay, let me talk a bit more about the HVAC system, the appliances, the plumbings. So for the battery, the standard is 11.4 kilowatt hours, and you can option for a 14.41. So that is huge in the class. There are solar, that is 540 watts as standard, and 860 watts optional. So same DC air conditioning that's mounted in the back. 48 volt DC air conditioning, very frugal, very efficient. You have toiletry in the corner here, pretty standard size, a rectangular bathroom. You have shower, you have sink, you have a cassette toilet, which uses we're using a Thetford toilet, which you need chemicals. For the kitchen area, whew, we have it might seem like a small kitchen, but we have an extension board here. This will be a extension for roughly 20 centimeters. If you do want to cook inside, remember we have an outdoor kitchen as well. If you do want to cook inside, you have to use the induction stove, a portable one. Just mount it here, do your cooking. You have your sink and tap over here. You have your range hood on top that has a 3-speed fan. You have a window just in case you need extra ventilation. Fridge on the side with separated freezer and fridge. That's to be expected. Microwave on top. The water tank is 200 liters. Excuse me. The 200-liter water tank is freeze-proof. This is designed to be operational in winter and in summer. So there are actually antifreeze lines running through the water tank. If you have your rear furnace on, the water will not freeze. And we have electrically heated gray tank outlet as well. So the ice will not block up the inlet of the gray tank. So we really thought of everything. And these wall panels, they are 4 layers. They have 3-layer fiberglass and XPS insulation, plus an extra layer on the very outside, a layer of aluminum panels. That's for the most amount of heat resistance or heat. How do you say that? So we have, that's the main lineup from the Great Wall series. As you can see, some of the cars are covered up. We're expecting a hailstorm. Of course, we still have other models. For example, this one here. This is a dual cap roof lifting model. So this is quite a unique offering as well. So if you're planning to use this car to be more of a commute car, or if you're going on business trip on remote areas, this can be quite a interesting option as well. Because with the roof lowered, the wind resistance is pretty much on par with a regular truck, but you have the added benefit of a full-size bed. This is actually a 2-meter by 2-meter bed over the top, and another bed in the back, single bed in the back as well. And you have all of the options, and you have all of the amenities of an regular RV, regular camper truck. You still have, even though it looks quite small, you still have air conditioner, you still have your fuel heater, diesel heater. You still have a flush mounted induction oven. You can cook, you can make tea, make coffee, There is a small 48-liter fridge with a built-in ice maker, a freezer box. There is a toilet, same as the Model A we just saw earlier. It is a collapsible toilet. So when you've got the roof lowered, it'll just sit on top of it. Looking inside of these, like I said before, you have a quite large 2 meter by 2 meter bed. The interior height is plenty good as well. It's on a scissor lifting mechanism, so it's gonna be pretty reliable. You have roof lighting, you have reading lights on the side, a small pass-through section to the front cab. If you forget your bag, if you're trying to grab something, you can still reach out. It's not completely sectioned off, but you're only allowed to carry passengers in the front cab. So that means 5 passengers, including the driver, and you cannot sit here when it's driving. When you get the roof lowered, the ceiling will come to meet the bed. So there really isn't space to sit up here. You have a 4-layer insulation. These are not just tent with gas struts. And these are proper insulation. The insulation material, as you can see here, is pretty thick. This material can perform pretty much on par with the standard fiberglass body, but with the benefits of dropping it down. Of course, they do have shortcomings. That is that the noise suppression, noise isolation is not as good as the rigid body. But still, you win some, you lose some, I guess. You can pick and choose your pros and cons if this makes more sense for you. We do have more models we're offering. We have models built on the Great Wall tracks. We have models on Ivecos, so larger Class C RVs. And there are even more high-end options as well. There are vehicles built on the Dongfeng chassis, which is a military truck, and it really covers the whole range of the domestic RV market. So we have very entry-level options. We have a very premium options. We have everything in between. If you want a off-road capable, if you want a comfortable living RV, this is going to be your best option. We have been building RVs in China for over 25 years. We've been building since 1999. We have done pretty much all of the existing floor plans that you can design for a truck RV. So these are the floor plans that we found that is more optimized, more usable, more practical. So like I said, we are hoping to find partners to export our vehicles into the international market. Right now, we are exporting to the Middle East market already.